And I don't know, it made me sad because like we lose certain connections with like other students. Like you're not gonna see them again because like although you still have like social media, but like are you really gonna see them again? Like then teachers, like certain teachers, like they give out their information, like, oh, if you ever need to contact me after high school, here it is. And it's just like you feel like your like network or like your link with them, I don't know, isn't authentic as like other senior classes before them. And I don't know, it just hit different. It just
Yeah.
it just didn't feel real.
Wow. What about you, Brady?
Yeah, I remember like the day, the time, and everything. The class I was in, it was insane. It was March 13th. We were in AP Gov, and like it was, I don't know if it was raining. I think it
It
was.
was raining.
Yeah, it was a cloudy day. It was. I remember that day perfectly. Um, Everybody was just kind of like I think our teacher put like an article up about like coronavirus. Like it was still like kind of new to everybody. And then the announcement came on saying that school has been canceled, and I think we will be like they had a special schedule set up and everything. Um, yeah, I think we all like subconsciously knew this was our last day, but we had to kind of just put like a brave face, like trying to keep hope. Because I remember some people were like celebrating because it was like 2 weeks, like that was we were all under the assumption like 2 weeks, yay, break,
Yeah, 2 weeks.
quarantine.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were all wrong about that. But yeah, I remember like a majority of us subconsciously knew like this is our last day, like we should kind of like be a little bit more kind to each other in these last kind of moments. And April was 100% right about how we're not gonna be able to like have our own senior events because like, that's what we've been looking forward to, like almost all of our lives. Because like as
yeah.
first generation students, our parents didn't get to experience that, so we're trying to just live for them in a way, kind of make them proud that we were able to do it. But like
Yeah.
this entire thing kind of just disrupted that. And we know it's not like anybody's fault. But it's still a little bit hard. And that day was just kind of like March 15th is always gonna be a reminder of like we lost something that was really big to us that might not be big to other people. So that's yeah.
I guess as a junior, it's more different than senior year, obviously. But I guess what I could say is just to think about it as like, because in college, obviously you're gonna have like a lecture, but honestly, it's not gonna go back to back like in the classes. It's honestly you just listening, and that's exactly how distance learning is. It's just you listening to whatever the teacher has like presented, and you taking for it. So it's honestly not that different. Obviously, like the physical aspect, yeah, but it's honestly you just listening and you taking in information, as well as the fact that you have to prioritize, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult during distance learning. And junior year is a big year for college applications, and obviously you can't do clubs and stuff like that, so all you have to focus on is your grades and skills, like writing skills. So prioritize your classes well, and actually learn as much as you can in your English classes, because those English classes do impact your writing for the rest of your life. They did for me, and I know for a fact that it will for other people.
Great notes. Thank you. What about you, Susan? You have any advice for upcoming seniors?
I agree with April. Like, I think for rising seniors, it would be a really good time to start being proactive and start getting used to like the structure, since college will be like pretty much the same. And with like what April said, you should really focus on your English classes, since those really help on college essays. And I know a lot of like organizations are moving their summer programs or like volunteering to like become virtual. So I think just being proactive and looking for opportunities to put on your college apps and knowing that in the end it will pay off is really what they should focus on.
The notes. And what would you all say? What would you all say? One of your proudest moments of overcoming this has been, because it hasn't been easy for you all. But what can you say? What's made you proud of being a person that's still following through and even getting your degree? Because some people could have quit. Some people couldn't. Some people probably didn't log in. Some people probably gave up. You know, what kept you going? Brady, what kept you going?
So I think the number one reason why like I still kept going was, and I'm still going, is my parents, definitely. You know, just because I had to be quarantined doesn't mean they had to be quarantined. They still had to work. It's not as like a, oh, you know, we have money, say we can like put off work a few months. It's like I gotta work or else like I can't feed my family. And that's my motivation. Like if they can still keep going and put their life at risk for me, I'm pretty sure I can just read a book and, you know, write a summary or do my assignment. It's something that I don't take for granted that my parents work so hard for. Um, and I have an older sister too, and like she's constantly putting herself, because she works at a nursing home right now, and she's constantly putting herself on the line to help other people. Like my entire family is just my motivation. Like they're selfless, and I want to be exactly like them. I want to be able to like put others ahead of myself the same way they do. So I'm gonna try to educate myself as much as I can so that I can help people in any other way I can. So that my family would definitely have to be my motivation.
That's great. What about you, April? What keeps you going?
Honestly, the same. My mother, she's still working, and she works the night shift. So when she comes home, like in the morning, I'm usually still up, and she always asks me about school. Like she has this like fear in her that because quarantine is happening, that because she's struggling, that I'm struggling, that I'm not gonna be able to get through it, and like she fears for that because I made it so far, and her biggest fear is losing everything that like I've worked for. And honestly, I've she's done a lot. She's worked like her entire life, and she's disabled, and just seeing her panic, like she's never feared for anything in her life other than right now than my education. So like in order to, for like I've done a good job like telling her, like assuring her, but up until quarantine it's been pretty difficult. She had always had to check in. So I tried my best month after month to get the good grades, to tell her good news, and honestly I think that all worked in the end. Like she's self assured now that I've graduated and I'm going to college, and I guess I was just making sure that she felt stable, that she was assured that I was gonna make it, and that I was gonna make it for her specifically.
It's a very strong backbone right there, and it's very good that you are thinking about your parents. You seeing the struggles that they had to go through, and you want to work your best life so they can have to work less in the future, because that's how really the circle of life goes. Like they raise us so we can become grown and one day be able to take care of them, and that's very. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of heart right there to push yourself. That's very good. Okay, on the wrap up questions, um, just like to take some time. If you have anything special that you would like to say to the teachers, you have Principal Oscar Romero right there. Anything that you will say that you can notice that their extra initiative actually helped you get further, or anything that you noticed that actually helped you keep going as well. You know, just take this time to say thank you to them, you know, and what specifically was that thing that helped you? And
I guess I like to thank all the teachers at Smidt Tech, honestly, because what quarantine has showed me is their true passion for teaching. Because I've like you think all teachers are like somewhat the same, they come up from the same background, but it wasn't until high school, until like you kind of see how everyone works, and then this quarantine you see who like really truly puts effort into their class. And honestly that was all of my teachers, and I don't know why it surprised me so much, because that's what teachers are supposed to do. But the power these teachers pulled in for like this quarantine, like they'll open their entire schedule, like, oh, like certain days were for certain subjects, but they open their schedule like like if you need me, text me anytime, email me anytime. And they gave you like things to do on your free time, not just schoolwork. And honestly like that passion, the care, like they made us feel like we were worth it. Like as brown kids, like you're told by everyone that you're not like oh worse, like you're not gonna make it. But these teachers, like honestly, like their passion pulled through, and they showed us that we were worth their time, and they honestly make so much time for us. And that 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 was the best part about distance learning.
That's amazing. What about you, Susan?
I'd also like to thank everyone at Smith because just like April said, they are all like super passionate and super dedicated to what they're doing and to helping us. And I remember always seeing like random Google Classroom posts that were like filled with positive encouragements and messages to us, and they understood how difficult it would be for us to like be at our houses all day and trying to do schoolwork and trying to make sure that we get to our schools this fall and everything. So just all the support and dedication that Smith provides, like I'm never gonna forget that.
Wow, that's impactful. What about you, Brady?
Well, Susan and April pretty much summed it up. Like Smidt is truly a family. We are all like family. We all just like we would be willing to come in on Saturdays to come and help out in any way we could. Like there's no other school like Smidt Tech, and I can guarantee that for sure. There's no other school like Smidt Tech, and none of us would be here without any of them. It's something that's truly beautiful, and we don't get to see much in this world. So I just really thank Smidt for everything they've done for us.
Wow. Thank you, Brady. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, April. I think you all had a great interview today, and we're going to be posting this up on the Lincoln Heights business blog on lhbala.org. The principal will send you all a link once it's all finished and everything like that. But I just like to say I'm proud of you guys as well for pushing through and continue to move forward with your careers, no matter what situation happens outside in the world. You only can control what you can't control, right? And that's what is inside you. That is still your passion, your ambition, and you're still moving forward. So, like you said, yes, as Brown students, we are uh, look sometimes down upon from other teachers or other school systems and things of that sort. So it's a great thing that you all had people who actually cared, who actually took those time to say motivational quotes and everything. So that was truly a gift. And I believe that would definitely help you all pursue and further enhance your career. Well, if you have any more questions or anything like that, feel free to ask me right now. But other than that, I think that, you know, it's been a very inspiring interview today. And thank you for being truthful with me. Principal Romero, would you like to add anything?
No, I just want to thank you, obviously, for the interview, for being patient. I know you sent me an email about doing it the last 2 weeks, but we were, we were very caught up with end of the school year, and I thought it was best for put it off for this week. So thank you for being patient and still willing to do it. Thank you to Michael Banner, who I know is was the connection for this interview, and also want to thank our seniors, Brady, April, and Susan. I think, I mean, they were, I mean, they were the entire 4 years here with us. Something that wasn't shared. I believe it was April and Susan. You guys took the bus every day, right? Yeah.
Yes.
They came from, they took we have a bus in South Central, so they were willing to wake up every day, take the bus in the morning, being dropped off at 8 o'clock
Wow.
here, and then they will always participate in extracurricular activities. April played volleyball. Susan was always engaged with JSA, other clubs. So I could only imagine, their lives, and I always think about myself, like I share my personal interview, but I saw through them, through the seniors, through the entire students that will take the bus. I will see. I mean, it's always that was that thing that keeps me going, because I think that in all of them I see myself, like the struggles that I went through as a high schooler, and for especially for April and Susan, that I could imagine maybe 7 o'clock waiting on the bus to get here at 8, and then also trying to get back home closer to 7. So it was like 12 hours that will spend their entire lives either on the way to school, being here, school, going back and forth. And I just want to say that that's not easy. Uh, I have a 12-year-old, and he loves to come to Smidt. He can't wait to start Smidt the following year. He's
Mhm.
he's been an eighth grader now, and he always sees that, and he knows Brady, he knows a lot of our students, and I want to teach him through that, because even though he's not taking a bus to go to school, he has in a way a lot of more things that I used to have, or but I just try to teach him that, like, this is what they're going through, this is what it is. And and I just feel like, through all my students, when I bring my own kid here, I have a purpose, because I want my kid to see where I work, what I do, and I just want to congratulate the class of 2020. I know it didn't end the way it was supposed to be, but I am very proud of you all, and I know you guys are going to do extremely well in college. You know where we are. You can always reach out. I've been doing this. This is my 15th year that I've been in education, and I don't know if you were aware, but we have I have some of my former students, Mr. Lee's former students, are your Spanish teacher, that have been working with us. Like here at Smith, we have like we have five of our staff members that were former students that are now working for us. So it's like it's really inspiring when they come and say, we want to help you guys. We want to help you with the work that you guys have been doing, and I feel like I have no doubt that you guys will come back to your community. And I'm not saying come back to Smith Tech, but you will come back to your community and make your community better. And I honestly mean that your community is already better now, because you are graduating from Lincoln Heights, from the Alliance School, Lincoln Heights. You're 133 seniors that are graduating now, or that just graduated, are another 133 that the Lincoln Heights it's sending off to the world. And I truly feel that you guys are going to be great. And don't forget the last 3 months, how tough it was. Don't forget the last 4 years, so how tough it was, because it's going to be difficult, but you will be able to do it. um, you might not take an hour the bus every day back and forth from college, but just keep that in mind, that we all, like, your success, it's obviously our success, and we really believe in you guys. So and I wanted to stay here a little longer. One, to say, obviously, to see that, obviously, to see a familiar face, but also because I haven't seen you guys for the last 3 months. And so that was the main thing that I wanted to stay, and I want to thank you for participating, and say hi to your families, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you.
All right.